Well, for me, it's important because of my family. They had to endure certain things that I will never have to endure. They faced discrimination because of how they sounded, not necessarily how they looked, because they looked pretty much mainstream like any other regular American. But to me, the idea that you could be treated differently because of how you sound or where you come from is something that I can't ignore. And to pick on any group because of how they look or how they sound is really not part of who I am. And I can't forget. And so for me to create that awareness for other people who are like me, to get out and vote, it's truly important because there were many people who paid a hefty sacrifice for us. I come from the generation where men like Dr. Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez were part of making things better for people like me, to create opportunities for people like me. Just because I have the opportunities and I've had the opportunity to become educated doesn't mean that I should forget. And I think it's time that we begin to think about what is it that really does truly make America great. And what makes America great is really the preservation of a dream. If we were to think about what really unites us, it's that we all want a better future for our children. And if there's any one thing that we all strive for, is to keep that dream alive. And how do you keep the dream alive? You create the awareness. Awareness with people who are sitting on the sidelines. Many of us have sat on the sidelines because we feel that our voice doesn't matter. But in fact it does. Muchas veces me preguntan por qué es importante de participar en las elecciones y votar. Sencillamente, hay oportunidades hoy que tenemos por causa de personas como Martin Luther King y César Chávez, quienes batallaron para los derechos que nosotros hoy, que tenemos. Y en olvidarnos de los sacrificios que ellos han hecho por nosotros, es algo que no debiéramos hacer. Por eso es tan importante que ustedes traten de hablar, que otras personas oigan sus voces. Y en estas elecciones es importante que ustedes